What's going on, y'all? What's going on, guys? Ladies, gentlemen, I don't know who's in here because my damn YouTube won't work. I don't know how that's happening. Oh, there we go. Anyway, I'm here in Monroe, Michigan. I got first time ever carrying a load like this. I'm usually not a nervous or worried flatbedder, but I'll be honest with you, I'm a little nervous about this one just because of the way the whole thing went down this morning. Basically, I pull into this plant. I was under the impression I'm just carrying steel bar, which I am carrying steel bar. But, I get to the security guard. This guy, it's like 15, 20 minutes talking to me and showing me this checklist. I had to put on my PPE. Then he asked me if I have a chin strap for my hard hat. Because the chin strap is required, which is really funny because we were just talking about that yesterday, why hard hats are needed, because they would fall off if you were to fall anyway. It's not going to fall off with a chin strap. But anyway, got to put on long pants, long sleeve vests, glasses, and they don't play. You can't even go to the scale and check in if you don't have all of the stuff on. So, they give me this vibrating machine, little device. The thing vibrates. I bring the paperwork, and the stuff that I had to fill out was almost 2 pages, meaning front and back. Good morning, Charles. Good morning, JD. And front and back, and initial all of this stuff, all of these disclaimers. Just make sure that you read what you were supposed to read. Anyway, the device vibrates. I go up to the scale house, and this is where it all begins. I get out the truck. I got all my stuff on. I didn't show up in long pants, and I didn't show up in long sleeves, so I had to get dressed in my truck before I pulled up to the scale. Pull up to the scale, get out, got all my PPE on, and I walk upstairs. I walk upstairs to the tower. Let me see if you can see the tower from here. You gotta walk upstairs in that tower. That's the scale house. I walk upstairs, and it's funny because, yeah, you ain't lying, Derek. It's funny because I walk in. As soon as I walk in, one of the ladies, there was 3 ladies and a guy, all security guards. One said to me immediately, as soon as I walked in, she was like, "You never been here before, have you?" I'm thinking, why? It's something I got on, or I don't. So I said to her, no, I haven't. And which I'm glad she asked that question, because a lot of people, when you get to these places, they like to assume that you know exactly what to do, where to go, what to say, what's next. And so I'm actually glad she said that, and basically let everybody up there know that I need guidance on what the hell I'm doing here and what's next and what's required of me and so on and so forth. So immediately the lady says, "Do you know what you're hauling?" I said, "Yeah, steel bar." She said, "Yeah, but have you ever hauled oily, greasy steel bar?" So now my radars go up. I'm like, oily? No, I haven't hauled oily, greasy steel bar. She said, "Well, okay, you're hauling oily, greasy steel bar." She said, "Do you have everything that you need to secure it?" I'm like, so now I'm like, just in my head it's just oily and greasy. It's just like twirling around in my head, and I'm like thinking and answering her at the same time. I'm like, yeah, I do. In my head I'm like, do you even want to secure it? Is this something you even want to be carrying? But it's a little learning experience. So I said, yeah. And then she said, okay, well, you have all the straps you need. And I looked at her and I said, yeah, can I use chains? And she asked me if I had protector. She said chain protectors. But basically, do I have felt or rubber mats that protect the steel from my chains cutting through the steel or damaging the cargo or the plate, have you, in any way, shape, or form. So I told her, yeah, I have that. And she said, well, you can use chains if you want, but I just want to be sure you have the proper stuff to secure the cargo, whatever. So she starts talking to me, because she can see the way that I'm looking at her, and I'm like, what up, Monzel? She can see the way I'm looking at her, and she says, are you all right with this load? And I said, well, I'll be honest, when you say oily or greasy, do you mean like, because I mean most steel is treated with a bit of oil anyway to preserve the steel, or a lot of steel is treated that way. So steel is just is usually she's like, no, this is oily and greasy. So she says, so I told her, I'm trying to remember exactly what I said, but she was making it really uncomfortable. So I told her, I said, man, you ladies have a great way of making somebody feel comfortable for their first time here. But, I was being sarcastic. They knew that. They laughed, and they laughed, but then they got serious and was like, yeah, well, we see on a weekly basis, like every week, they get pictures of the steel bar coming through the back of somebody's cab, which I've only seen in Google and crazy pictures and orientation, like, you know what I mean? So to meet someone that sees these pictures every week coming from their plant, hauling their loads, is just a little like, all right, okay. So she's like, yeah, we see it, and drivers just have to be really careful, make sure they secure the load correctly. I'm like, well, I'm that guy that basically over secures, if you will. I don't think there's any such thing, but I'm that guy. So I'm hoping I don't have any issues. Then they're like, well, how far are you going? So I'm thinking I got a short run. I tell them, well, I'm going to Elmira. And they're like Elmira, New York, which is only 438 miles. They're like, oh, man. Which, again, I'm like, all right. They're like, damn, we thought maybe you were going like 100, 200 miles. Just, And then one of them was like, the lady that wasn't even helping me, she turned around, she's like, just make sure you don't stop short. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I don't stop short for just any reason. Oh, you know what? Let me stop short today. No, I don't do that, but God forbid there's an emergency. So I will be building a false bulkhead. I will be building a false headache rack, whatever you want to call it, a barrier, because that shit ain't coming through my truck. There's a paper that they put down on the board. I don't know if it's too under the board and over the board. I don't know. They told me that I don't need the paper over the board, and it's probably because I'm tarping it. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's to deter any slippage, like the bar slipping and sliding, but I'm gonna belly strap the shit out of the load. They said 4 straps to a minimum of the bundle. I'll probably do 5 straps. I don't know if I'll do chains. I'm not sure. Once I see the load on my bed, in my head, it'll register what exactly I want to do. I do have to tarp the load, so I don't know if it's going to take 2 or 3 steel tarps. I'm hoping it only takes 2, and but for the most part, I mean, you know what, the title says dangerous load. Every load is potentially dangerous if it's not secured correctly. Dangerous to the driver, and most definitely dangerous to other people on the road, civilians, 4-wheelers, however you want to say it or call it. So, every load is dangerous. This load is just unique in that it's slippery, so, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. To me, might have other drivers say, oh, that's nothing. It's a, experienced veteran drivers. This is my first time hauling it. I'm still a rookie. So, and after the 45 minutes of, they weren't very empowering words from the security. They weren't trying to disempower me, or they weren't trying to discourage me. They were just trying to let me know this is the severity of the load. And they did a damn good job of it, because I like I said, I told them that, in a, joking and trying to lighten the situation in there. I was like, man, you guys really know how to make a guy feel comfortable about carrying this stuff. So thankfully they took that in the right way, and they laughed, and they could have been assholes about it, gave me that look like, this isn't a game. And I don't think it's a game at all, I think actually I just was trying to lighten the atmosphere, the air in the room, because I was so damn nervous, because I was a little worried. So I needed to say something that would, like I said, lighten it up a bit. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to jump on here real quick. I'm gonna do a video of me securing the load like I usually do. And who else we got in here? Final destination, but better safe than sorry, right, Keith? Folks don't realize how dangerous this rig is. Word 10, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and better safe than sorry. That's any time that I secure that. That's how I see it. Like, man, where some guys throw 10 straps. I'll be honest with you, I'm throwing 15 or 16. Just me. I don't want any load shifts, let alone I don't even want my load 2 shifts, because that's a recorded event. I don't want my load to shift in any way, shape, or form. And then the load shift can potentially become a rollover, which could potentially become death. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't want my load shifting for other people on the road either. So I don't think that people, especially outside the trucking industry, really don't understand how dangerous the rigs are. Flatbed, dry van, reefer, it doesn't matter what you got. And speaking of dry van and reefer, these guys are riding around with stuff that they didn't even see secured. That's one thing I like about flatbed, is that I get to secure my load. So I know how it's secured, and I know that it is secure, as opposed to dry van and reefer. I mean, big ups to those guys who are driving around a box. It's like a mystery box. You don't know if someone secured it correctly, or loaded that trailer correctly, and you know, one good shift or something in that reefer or that trailer, and that could cause a rollover in of itself. So, hell yeah, people don't understand. You know, these machines are beasts. That's the way I see it. I don't ever think I'm going to get complacent to where I don't see it that way, because as long as I see it that way, I remind myself that what I'm dealing with every day when I turn that key and I get behind the wheel. So I might get on here and I might joke and I might fool around. I might have fun, you know, with viewers or just in general, and you know, my character might seem, but know that every morning when I turn this damn key, I know what the hell, you know, I know what I'm, you know, the potential danger that I'm getting to every day. I know what this rig can do to me, someone else, and I'm very aware of that. So I just wanted to jump on and you know, talk real quick about that, and cause damn it, I ain't gonna lie, like I said, man, I'm nervous. Not nervous I can't function nervous. I don't really get that like that. I've never been like that in my life, but you know, I'm just nervous. It's in my head, you know, butterflies, like, oh shit, this load. That type of nervous. And that's it. So, but I am gonna record it. I'll drop a video of me strapping it down. I'm actually gonna go build this tool that I need to build right now. Actually, I don't have to, but I'm gonna. So, y'all be cool, stay fresh. That's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Don't judge anybody. Peace.